Welcome back. It's your boy Fresh.
And I'm Mary, and we are a Co-ople of nerds. And today we are going to be doing our Sweet 16 for our board game March Madness.
That's right. There we go.
So we will start with the
North bracket, which is probably realistically the Midwest bracket. I don't think there's a North bracket in the tournament, but we already called it the North, so that's fine. It's easy to remember. So again, we each pick the one that we enjoy the most. It doesn't have to necessarily be the best, which one we enjoy the most. If we have any disagreements, we will go to BoardGameGeek.com, and whichever game is ranked higher is the winner.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Up first, we got two heavy hitters. We've played both these a lot. Terraforming Mars versus Unmatched. Two completely different games.
There's resource management.
Resource management versus skirmish type. Which one do you pick?
I like Terraforming Mars.
I'm also gonna go with Terraforming Mars.
That surprises me with how much you love Unmatched.
I do love Unmatched, and I think it's the simple reason for that is we play these games 2-player.
Yeah.
I bet Terraforming Mars greater than 2 players, I would like it less because it would take forever.
Okay.
And Unmatched at 2 players feels a little like you're picking on somebody. If you got them good, you just hit. At least with more players, you kind of gotta watch your back. You can't just focus on one person. So I think if we had like a normal 4-player group, it would probably flip-flop those two.
Okay.
But we'll go with Terraforming Mars.
I would have won anyways because Terraforming Mars is going to be higher on BoardGameGeek.com anyway.
Yeah. And up next we got The Mind. Oh, and if you don't recall what any of these games are, I invite you to check out round 1 where we did a little elevator explanation for them all. We got The Mind versus Cities Skylines. What are your thoughts? You don't have to pick right away. You could talk about your choice.
So, I like simple, quick games. I've always liked those, but sometimes it's nice to pull out a game that has a little more to it, and I really like City Skylines because of the fact that it is kind of reminiscent of SimCity, although I know it is based off of an actual game called City Skylines. And The Mind it's a nice party game, and it's pretty simple and quick, but I still like City Skylines better.
See, I think this one I'm going to go with The Mind.
Okay. The Mind, I'll bet, is higher.
You think so? Let's go to Board Game Geek. I agree with you that The Mind is really simple, but it was very engaging. Like, whenever we play it, I feel like the whole table, like no one's checking their phones, no one's doing anything, everyone is focused in. City Skylines, while I enjoyed it, I can play SimCity and scratch that same itch. So
City Skylines is 3,180. The Mind is
3,180 versus
The Mind, which is 561.
Right, so The Mind
wins.
Takes it. Up next, we got the grown-up version versus the kid version.
Yeah.
These are two very similar games. We have Horrified versus Ghost Fighting Treasure Hunters. I'm gonna pick the adult version.
Yeah.
I love Horrified.
And honestly, I think if we looked that one up on Board Game Geek, Horrified probably
Yeah,
ranks higher.
probably.
But yeah, I like Horrified a little better. It's nice. It's kind of cool with the IP there, like the Universal monsters. So I like that.
Yeah. And then, I mean, Ghost Fighting Treasure Hunters is not a joke game. I mean, in terms of, we had a lot of kids' games to start with, and that one made it into the Sweet 16 without much of a hassle. So, don't sleep on Ghost Fighting Treasure Hunters. It just kind of ran into a juggernaut.
Yeah.
Speaking of juggernauts, we got King of Tokyo versus Gloomhaven. King of Tokyo is Yahtzee with kaiju monsters, and Gloomhaven is 22 pounds of board game.
Yep.
I love King of Tokyo, but when you boil it down, it is Yahtzee.
Yeah.
And there's no story. I'm not sure if they could have done minis, if they would have been too big. But I gotta go Gloomhaven.
My choice would have been King of Tokyo. But that's because Gloomhaven is so very long. Again, it's one of those where you really have to have a lot of time, and then you have to have a lot of time multiple times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because you have to do it in multiple sessions.
Yeah, it's a campaign game.
Yeah.
And those really are bad for us. You know, just having 3 kids, 2 young ones. It doesn't really mash up well. But in King of Tokyo, it does fit our schedules better. But just when I just think of the two, I mean, Gloomhaven is everything I want in a game. And so while it's longer, it makes up for it with its story.
It is a fun
gameplay.
game. And it's got really beautiful art. I
Yeah.
like all of the artwork on all the pieces. It is a good game.
Yeah. Well, that'll do us. See you tomorrow for the second half.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
guys. Bye.
See, if I was a good editor, I probably wouldn't have to stop this recording and restart. Alright, Pumpkin, we got 16 teams left. It's getting down to the good ones. You nervous?
A little. I think there's going to be some more arguments on this one.
That's probably true.